Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a Stocks to Watch video. Today is November 29th, 2020. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. This video is for educational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you enjoy these videos, you go ahead and like me and subscribe on TradingView. I'm also on YouTube and Twitter at AlphaCharts365. All right, so let's do a quick overview of the market, because as long as the market is working well, then our positions are more likely to work well for us. We start with the SPX. Closing right at all-time highs. So again, nothing bearish about that, right? Let's look at the Qs. The Qs, again, closing right near all-time highs, trying to break out of this area. Again, nothing bearish about that. IWM at all-time highs, nothing bearish about that. That being said, I think that we are in a bull market and there's more upside to come. Now, the negative piece of the market, you look at the equity-only put-call ratio. And I like to look at this one because it takes away the hedging in the market. And so it looks at where people are really positioned for the market to go up or go down. And as you can see, we are at pretty extreme levels here. Can it go more extreme? Well, yeah. But at this point, it's more of a cautious tale. And I don't know if this will show up or not, but if you notice, the CNN Fear and Greed Index is also at 92. That is also very cautionary. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go over 27 names today. And I don't know, I'm not saying that these are go out and buy on Monday type names. I think that these are, this is my watch list, right? I'm not going to be buying anything at all, probably on Monday for sure. And probably not this week until we get a little bit maybe of a shakeout or some of this excessive bullishness to be taken out of the market. With that being said, we're going to go through my list, 27 names, and hopefully you get something out of it. We will go quickly, as we always do, because your time is valuable, and so is mine. So first one we're going to go over is going to be GoGo. It's funny, I'll tell you a little story on this one. I was actually trying to look at the Google chart, and I mistyped it and came across this name. And really, it's a beautiful setup. So I like this one a lot. GoGo. Especially if it gets over 1150, I think this one can go. All right. Next up, we have Kingsoft Cloud Holdings, Chinese company, breaking out here with volume again on November 27th, which was only a half day, and it had a huge volume. I'd watch this one a lot. So the KC looks really good. Chewy, trying to break out. This is a very important area. A little bit extended, and you're going to hear me say that a lot, by the way. A little bit extended, right? Where are we at here? 16% from the 65-day EMA. That's extended, right? I would love to see a pullback here, maybe to the 9-day, which is the purple line. By the way, that's my two lines, 9-day, 65-day. Would love to see a pullback to the 9-day. There's earnings coming up, and then the breakouts, right? So that's what a lot of these are going to look like. Here's CrowdStrike. Again, trying to break out of this area. I could probably just move this up just a tad like that. That's probably more realistic. And earnings coming up. Again, a little pullback would be normal. And I won't do this for everyone, but let's just see what it is. It's 11.5% from the 65-day. So yeah, pullback, breakout, looks good. Docusign. Interesting. A few COVID names have showed up on my list this week. Docusign being one of them. Just straight consolidation after this massive run. Earnings coming up. Lemonade, new IPO. This was the IPO base I was kind of watching. It did break out on Friday. It was a half day, so volume wasn't spectacular. We'll love to see a retest of this breakout somewhere in that $70 or so range. That would be a great place. It would let these moving averages really start to catch up. That's Lemonade. Next up, Pagerduty. earnings coming up soon, but again, had a nice run up from 12 to 32. Sideways consolidations did break out, it extended. So, and again, earnings coming up. SDGR, Schrodinger was a darling back here. Retraced a lot of what it gave, and now had the volume weighted average. The pinch was going on here. It did gap up, retested it, and now is holding above the volume weighted average price from the high. So I think that is the place. If we come back and retest 63.50-ish, I think Schrodinger could be a pretty cool name. Next up, MDLA, Medallia. Again, from the IPO, really important spot here. Has really respected it on numerous occasions. Earnings is coming up again, and it is very extended, so wouldn't be surprised to see a pullback, maybe to the 9-day. And again, when I say pullback, I'm looking for the 9-day to hold even more than the 65-day, because if the 9-day is holding, it's a strong stock. If it's going all the way down to the 50 or the 65-day, then it's not quite as strong, obviously. Garden Health is next. It's breaking out. Again, volume hasn't been great, but it was a half day. So we'll see if it kind of comes back, retests or not. Here's a new name for me this week that I haven't really seen before, was Encino. NCINO. Don't even know what they do, but this area looks to be really, really important. Moving averages are starting to align. So I think if it gets above 85 and a quarter, Encino could be something that looks pretty interesting. We have a while before earnings. Novavax, going back, big run up, had this kind of flag consolidation, and now it's breaking back out. Here's another particular level where it got up to. So this was your early entry, and now again, volume huge on a day that was only a half a day. I would love to see something like that. If this gets above 126, 30, 50, we'll call it 126.50. I think this could be an easy long, maybe to all-time highs. Would love to see a pullback, let these moving averages really catch up, and then the move up. That would be amazing. Let's take a look. Here's Snap. Again, big run up, sideways consolidation, slowly moving higher. It hasn't rocketed yet, but again, there's nothing bearish about this chart. So Snap looks pretty good. Semiconductors overall look great. Micron being one of my faves in this group, just because this was an important area all along, and now we're breaking out. Very extended. So I'm looking for, something like this, and then like that, right? That's what we're looking for right here. Let these moving averages really catch up. That's what I would love to see. Pinduoduo. I was watching it here. It did have a great breakout, retested it, zoomed up, holding this flag really nicely. I think this one has more in its tank. Apps. I've been involved with it on a couple occasions in this area. Now it's kind of just moving sideways. Maybe it's ready to go up higher. Maybe it's not. I think the level is clear. Got some time to earnings. It may just be in a range for a while. Again, this was a huge move from $3.70 to $42 in a very quick amount of time. So this may need a little bit more time to really move sideways. We'll see though. DQ, this one just had a stock split. It's now $45, and it is really trying to break out here. Again, just had earnings, just had a split, good volume. If it gets above $48 or so, I think DQ could look really good. NVTA has this cup. Maybe this is the handle. Very defined area that have to get above. We'll call it 55. Above 55, that would be a 10% move. Some people, depending on their time frame, would say, okay, I want to play from here to 55, and that 10% is enough for me. It's not a bad idea, right? but NVTA is looking pretty good. Next up, Expi, again, huge uptrend, sideways movement. I can even kind of put this down here. I think that's probably more realistic. Right here, and everything's lined up. Everything's looking good. Great volume profile. Real estate, I think, around the world with low interest rates everywhere is really hot. They're a real estate company, so that's a big deal. RNG. Here's one I haven't looked at in a while. A software company, and it had a fantastic run. Right, I mean, for just ever. Right, just unbelievable run. And again, is now moving sideways, trying to work out its work off all of its big run. Very tight consolidation, really, when you look at it, and it's not very loose at all. Some volume coming in. I think that we get above 300 level. I think Ring Central has a chance to go. Next up is Pinterest. Again, I've been in this one in the past. I don't own any right now. It is breaking out of this area. We'll see. I mean, no reason to think it wouldn't continue higher, but I think that's the place to level. 65-ish is the place where I would manage risk against. If it comes back and retests, it'd be a great place to enter. Again, it is extended from its moving averages, so that would be 28% from its 65-day. It's extended, right? So a retest of this area, to the 9-day, that would be huge. Celsius, this one, I got, whether you want to call it shaken out or bored with it in this area, and I sold. And then, of course, it popped 30%, 29% here. And now it's holding beautifully. Here comes the 9-day, exactly what we want to see. So I think that if it can move sideways a little bit longer, I think Celsius, which is an energy drink company, it could go much, much higher. Again, this is really what I want to see. Does the 9-day hold when they meet? We'll see. Next up is AMD. I think everyone knows AMD. I've been watching this one for a while. Had the cup and handle here, break out. Had this ladle and we'll call this ladle right here, broke out, and now it's got this just sideways consolidation, maybe double bottom look right here. Again, if we can, break out above 87.75, a little bit of volume involved, that would be great. Got a while till earnings, so AMD looks pretty good. Okay, Peloton. Now, Peloton, huge run from $17 to $140, right? Huge run. Now, this has this little flag that it's making. I think if we break this downtrend line, COVID cases are rising. It's holiday season. There's a lot of reasons and catalysts for Peloton to really start to move higher here. So, this is just a very nice, orderly consolidation. Even here, look how volume just dried up in this area right here, right? Then we started, a little spike right there. And then the buyers really stepped in, defended the 65-day. We really didn't close below it. They closed below it here, just by a pinch on both of these days, and moving higher. Peloton looks really good. This may be my favorite stock going into the week. Again, I'll just divert here for a second. This was my favorite stock going into, I think, 2 weeks ago, and it shook me out real hard. It's not a dead stock to me, right? PSNL. Not a dead stock to me, but it just faked me out here, right? I got burnt on this one. But it's still a great looking chart. So if we can recoup here, it held the 65-day like a champ, right? Back above the 9-day. So PSNL is still on my list. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and be a little more careful with my next entry. But again, it looks great though, PSNL. So Peloton also looks amazing. Love it. PGNY, had this big move up, got sold, But look how extended this is, right? So I like this one. What's it, about 20%, 21%? But if it could come back, meet the 9-day, maybe in around $32, that'd be a great place to manage risk. So again, not what I'm going to go out and buy on Monday or Tuesday, but if it acts right for me, then that's an opportunity maybe. Z, very similar look to it. I actually do own this one and a couple others on this list. This one is about 15%. Wouldn't mind if it came back and retested, $44, $45. Let these catch up again. That would be a very strong normal price action for this chart. So that's Zoom Info. My last one is going to be SPT, not SPY, SPT. Sprout Social. It had a good run, sideways consolidation, breakout. There's your retest, moved higher, sideways consolidation. Trying now to break out. It did close at all-time highs at 51.71. So I think Sprout Social, again, a newer IPO name, looks really good. All right, so there you have it. So there's 28 names because I threw in PSNL on there, and I think all of these have potential. Most of these I wouldn't go out on my Monday, but I think the bull market is strong, and we have to look and get the best setups we can. All right, I hope you all have a great day. Good week trading this week. Take care. Be careful out there.